Alright guys, this is a pretty self-explanatory build. I'm not going into any huge detail by any means. And now I'm just gonna say I'm not a huge fan of proc sets. Never have been. This is the first time since Viper, before Viper got nerfed, and Morrowind, that I've used a proc set, but you really don't have much choice when it comes to high MMR BGs. So I put together a disgusting setup. Since everyone else is using disgusting setups, I'm not holding back anymore. So, I know there's similar versions of this build, I'm sure, but I think this build is probably one of the nastiest out there for a DK currently. So let's get into it. So the stat sheet, you can see this without continuous. It's pretty nice. You got 18.3k max mag on your front bar. That is huge. That is so good for sustaining. And buff back up. The resist will be the same on both bars, which is good because we're in dual wield 2H, not sword and board. So those are good resists, not having sword and board. Alright, let's get into the gear. Okay. Savara's front bar. The set is disgusting, but right now I think it's probably one of the best proc sets for a DK that you could use if you're going to use a proc set. Master's dual wield. You do not need this imperfected, but obviously you're probably better than PvE than I am, most of you that are watching, so it doesn't really matter because it only adds crit. So just get yourself some normal masters. If you're not that great at PvE or you don't feel like grinding vet DSA, you can literally duo normal Dragon Star with 2 DPS, super easy. 5 Eternal Vigor on chest, head, waist, gauntlets, legs. Alright, we got Savara's on the boots, the neck, the ring, and the Markarth band, obviously. This you do want all infused weapon damage. I just don't have the transmutes yet for this. Not a big deal. Now, I would say the secret to this build is Vicosa One Piece. I was recently told about this One Piece. I don't know how I did not know about it. But if you're in heavy armor, this is probably one of it is the best One Piece you can use as a Dragonite in heavy armor. Adds 4% healing taken. I was even almost debating whether or not I was going to release this information because it's so strong. As you can see, we're not using an Adonis set. So you're losing out from blood spawn, not having blood spawn, or not having the healing from Balor's. You're losing out on a lot, not having Malabeth. So your best option is this One Piece. Trainee, yeah, I mean, we could throw on Trainee and have a ridiculous amount of health. We could have 35k health. Sure, if you want to do that, you can. But I'm telling you, this healing is so good. That's 12% extra healing with the heavy armor added in. So I just put this build together today, and I did probably about 5 BGs with it, and I didn't have a single BG where I had less than 15 kills, and that was my lowest kill BG with this setup. I was getting 18 to 20 plus kills every BG in high MMR. I mean, this setup is nuts. Now for the bar setup. This could change for you guys, but this is how I prefer things. And it's always worked the best for me. I've mained a DK for a long time. This to me works the best. So obviously, for the skills, you're going to want Blood Graze. No brainer. Do not use Rending. No point in using Rending. You already have great damage. You want that extra heal since you're not going to be using Cauterize. I don't use Cauterize on my builds anyways. Fossilize, best CC in the game, enough said. Noxious, volatile, fragmented, corrosive. Do not use anything else but corrosive on your back bar. Best in slot, hands down. Venomous Claw, Vigor, Executioner, Race Against Time, as our snare removal, Rally, Dragon Leap. A lot of people, yeah, you can't really run this build in medium. In fact, no, you can't run this build in medium. I don't think it's possible, considering that you have to use Markarth. So there's no way to get that other 5th piece of Eternal Vigor. So you have to run it in heavy. No Dizzy Swing. Venomous Claw, no Dizzy Swing on front bar. You can switch up your bars however you want it. You could even use Spin to Win if you really want to, but I don't really find the need to. You burst people so quick with this build. Alright, I'll show you the CP. Alright, so pretty self-explanatory. I want the sprinter, you know, so I can sprint a little bit. We're slow DKs, we do have race, but this helps get at least 10% in sprinter, at least. You always want it right around 50 points into Warlord and 1 into Siphoner, just for that little whatever. I'm sure it doesn't do much. Tenacity, 11%. Mooncalf, 14%. I'm sure you could switch this around switch this up a little bit. We already have really high sustain. It's over 1800. So I'll probably mess around with this a little bit. Probably put more into healthy. This high health recovery is really good in a DK. So this you can mess around with. You know, I would suggest putting probably, you know, taking maybe some points out of tenacity. I just switched to this build. My last build was a heavy Essence Thief and I had 1100 Stam, so that's why I have such high tenacity. I'll probably switch this around, honestly, in all honesty. This is I'm always going to have 20% into block cost. I had a lot into tumbling before, but there's no need. You should not be dodge rolling a whole lot on a DK. You know, this is enough. You want a lot more into reduced cost. 20% is great. 10% into blessed. 70 points into master at arms. Alright. Now this is the most important part when it comes to your damage on this build, is this tree. Okay, so we are using Markarth, so you're probably wondering why precise strikes. You want to get some critical heals. You can still crit heal with Markarth. If you don't know, it's pretty obvious. You can still crit heal with it. I mean, you can mess around with this, but I would at least have 20% in the thumb. I mean, your dots tick so hard. It's so nice, even when you're fighting a stamplar or a warden that are always cleansing your dots. You'll just see eventually out of nowhere it's like the cleansing won't help much because it just eats so hard at your dots. I have a video with my last build that I might clip in here to show you guys how hard the dots tick, and that it ticks even harder on this build. I may or may not put that clip in, I don't know. 22%, 23% ironclad. A little bit in critical resistance. That's really up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable with critical resistance. I always want to be around 2.3, 2.4k. That's just my preference. And here you go. You do probably want to stack some into heavy armor focus because you're going to be on dual wield 2H, so you're not going to have that crazy of physical resistance. So if we didn't have that extra 2700 into physical resistance, we would be at about 2500. So, you know, I like to boost this is comfortable to me. So again, I'll show you the stats one more time, and I'm getting out of here. I'll show you guys a quick few rotations. Okay? Okay? Stats are nice. And that max mag, like I said on the front bar, the 18.2k, oh, it's beautiful. So in non-CP, this is a non-CP build as well. I built this for non-CP BGs. Specifically. And now I think this is just going to be my main build for everything. So in non-CP, you'll have over 28k health, which is amazing. You'll have over 24k stam, and you'll have like 14k mag. So it's really good. So let me see. Let me port to a dummy real quick. I'll show you guys rotations real fast here. And no, I'm not going to edit this out. I'm sorry. Find this house. And I'll show you the rotations that you'll want to do. No, here, we'll just do this real quick. We'll port into IC because I want to actually show how this works with Petrify and everything. It's going to be a lot of light weaving. Alright. Sorry for the lack of editing. If you have to skip ahead a few seconds, you should probably do so. Alright. Okay. Maybe we'll find someone to fight down here. That would be ideal. And we could really showcase it. Okay. Boss, alright. Not gonna showcase it in the boss. Okay, so I always start out on my back bar. I buff up. I mean, back bar, front bar. This is my back bar. So I always start on the master's bar. I'll usually always start my rotation. Well, here we go. We got a fight. Let's see, who is this? Sumo? Oh. Maybe we'll just kill the boss and then fight him. Anyways, so as you can see, I'm light weaving into all my dots. Light weave, bar swap, and obviously you want to add in your petrifies every time. The more you light weave everything, the more damage you're obviously going to do. I don't know why this guy is killing this boss when he doesn't have a flag. He's gonna get no Telvar. So just keep an eye on what I'm doing and imagine. Oh, here we go. I think this guy, he picked the wrong fight, so I'm gonna have the boss on my ass, so sadly. Okay. Come on, buddy. It's gonna be fun with the boss. If I die on this build video, that'd be funny. As you can see, I'm putting a lot of pressure on this guy, and my sustain is not dropping. I mean, you see no issues with my sustaining right now. This guy is a little bit harder to kill because he is a stamplar, so I'm really glad I went here so I can actually show you guys the power of this. And there's the dots ticking away at him. Oop, I almost died there. Got a little too comfortable, sadly. Well, this is a great fight to showcase for this. I'm happy about that. Alright, there we go. That was pretty much what I wanted to show you guys in a fight, so that's perfect. We'll leave the build at that.